Hello, today we are going to talk about the 5 exponent rules. First is the zero rule. The zero rule is when a number has a power of 0. The answer to this will always be 1. For example, a raised to the power 0 is equal to 1. A common misconception about this is that the people write the answer as a raised to the power 0 is equal to 0, which is not correct. Next is the negative rule. The negative rule is when a number has a power that's negative. The answer will always be a fraction with 1 in the numerator, and your number that you started with in the denominator will always have a positive power. For example, a raised to the power minus 2 is equal to 1 upon a raised to the power 2. A common misconception about it is that the people convert it into a fraction but forget to make the power a positive. And that is incorrect. Next is the product rule. The product rule is when you multiply two exponents with the same base. All you have to do is add the powers. For example, a raised to the power 6 into a raised to the power 4 is equal to a raised to the power 6 plus 4, which is equal to a raised to the power 10. A common misconception about it is that the people multiply the powers also with the bases, and so the answer would be a raised to the power 24, which is not correct. Next is the quotient rule. The quotient rule is when you divide two exponents with the same base. All you have to do is subtract the two powers. For example, a raised to the power 6 upon a raised to the power 2, which is equal to a raised to the power 6 minus 2, which is equal to a raised to the power 4. A common misconception about this is that the people divide the powers too along with the bases. Like a raised to the power 6 divided by a raised to the power 2 is equal to a raised to the power 6 divided by 2, which is equal to a raised to the power 3, which is not correct. Lastly is the power-to-power rule. The power-to-power rule is when you have an exponent raised to a power multiplied by another power. All you have to do is multiply the two powers together. For example, a raised to the power 2 into raised to the power 3 is equal to a raised to the power 2 into 3, which is equal to a raised to the power 6. A common misconception about this is that the people confuse it with the product rule and add the powers of 2 and 3, which would result in a raised to the power 5, which is not correct. Now we are going to show you a multi-step problem with exponents. Our problem is x raised to the power 2 into the power of 3 divided by x raised to the power 2 into x raised to the power 3. To solve the first expression, we are going to use the product power-to-power rule, which is x raised to the power 2 into 3, which will result in x raised to the power 6. Now we are going to solve the second expression by using the product rule, which will result in x raised to the power 2 into x raised to the power 3, which is equal to x raised to the power 2 plus 6, which is equal to x raised to the power 8. Now we are going to use the quotient rule and subtract the powers, which would equal to x raised to the power 6 minus 8, which would equal to x raised to the power minus 2. Now, lastly, we are going to use the negative rule, which would result in 1 upon x raised to the power 2, which is the answer.